So just as I wrapped up today's news video, to my surprise, I refreshed my Twitter feed and there is a major data mine that has happened for Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, and it is suggesting that we can expect up to 38 total games to be added for the N64, if not more, up to 52 Sega Genesis titles, and even a mystery new console that has not been announced. What's up, Nation? If it's your first time on the channel, make sure you join Sunbro Nation by subscribing below, hit the like button on this video if you enjoy it today, and make sure you turn on your bell notification icon so you're kept up to date with all the newest gaming news. Now, as I mentioned, guys, we're doing a bonus news video today just for the simple fact that this is a huge deal, that there is now a data mine that has gone live for Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, and it is suggesting that we have a lot of games to look forward to and even potentially a new console. So to start off the conversation, I do want to read through the article that is posted up on mynintendonews.com, and then we will go to one of the sources, who is the data miner themselves that has a Twitter account, who has kind of put out why this is so credible and why we can expect these titles to indeed be added to the service. So to start off by reading the article here on mynintendonews.com, Nintendo Switch Online, data miners have found that at least 38 N64 games and 52 Sega Genesis games are planned for Nintendo Switch Online. By now, you likely know that Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack launched last night. It's not surprising, but data miners have already been hard at work looking deep into the files of updated Nintendo Switch Online to see the contents that are normally hidden away from the public. Well, data miners have already managed to discover something interesting. According to a game list for each retro library, there are at least 38 Nintendo 64 games planned and 52 Sega Genesis / Mega Drive games planned for the service. It is not yet known if this is all they will be adding. Unfortunately, the names of the games that aren't included yet are not mentioned in the list. There are numbers reserved for games, but the names are missing and there is only blank spaces instead. Another thing has been discovered from these two game lists, but it's not surprising. The first digit of the game IDs on the list are related to the console it's from. The NES is 1, the SNES is 2, Nintendo 64 is 3, and Sega Mega Drive is 5. It implies that at least one more retro gaming library is coming to Nintendo Switch Online and is highly suspected to be Game Boy games. So now if we go ahead and hop over to the Twitter source, who is Mondo Mega, who put out this information, it says here in their first tweet, initial data mining from Nintendo 64 app is somewhat fruitful. Going by the game IDs, there are at least 38 N64 titles planned for NSO. The list is alphabetical, so you can fill in some gaps already. Number 37 is Majora, 32 is Smash, 33 is Wave Racer, and then 14 through 16 is Mario Party, etc. And then they continue to tweet, Mega Drive proved to be even more interesting at least 52 titles here. And then whoops, this is what I get for rushing. I forgot Phantasy Star 4. That'd be ID number 28. So here's the deal. The last tweet here is about the additional console, and that's if you are still questioning additional NSO platforms beyond these two, look at the first number of the game IDs for each platform. N64 is 3, and Mega Drive is 5, SNES was 2, so you can figure out what that means. So we did have those previous leaks and rumors suggesting that we would still actually get additional consoles brought to the platform, and that's really what this is backing up. So the question is was this in the plan to give it to us all at once and certain games weren't ready to go? I mean, who knows? It's all speculation at this point, but there was a lot of credibility around the Game Boy family of systems, at least Game Boy and Game Boy Color being added to this service as well. And I believe it was Nate Drake that even said that he thought that this would be a part of the base NSO service and not a part of the expansion pack. And I think that part is speculation, but I could see that being the case. Although I would argue that because Nintendo fans are not very happy with the value that they are giving us right now when it comes to the expansion pack, that they might as well actually go ahead and add this into the expansion pack. And if they're really generous, hopefully they have plans for a Game Boy Advance system to be added in there. But this is at least reassuring, as we do know there are multiple issues with the ROMs that are out on N64 right now. There is a lot to be desired from this service for the price point that Nintendo is asking, and that's where I really want to pose the question to you guys in today's video is, does something like 38 total games for the N64 library sound like it's a good enough deal to you? Like, obviously we're not going to get them all overnight. Obviously things have to work out and come down the pipeline, but I do think that that is a pretty large number considering that we're launching the service with just 9 games. And then of course Sega Mega Drive or Genesis, here where I'm at, is 52 total titles planned. And obviously, this doesn't mean that Nintendo has to stop there, but in the data code itself for Nintendo Switch Online, that is what is kind of made room for right now, if you will. So we at least know that those are two loose numbers to go off of. And then when will we get the announcement for an additional console? Because that's looking more and more likely. And it would make sense that these are Nintendo consoles if you go in the order of NES 1, Super NES 2, N64 3, and then they just skip 4 and go to 5 for the Genesis. Now, I don't think it's GameCube, even though all those other systems would follow that, numerical format. I definitely don't think we're getting that, but those Game Boy systems that were heavily rumored may be in the cards sooner than we think, and maybe it's something like a surprise update over the holiday season. Maybe we have to wait until the next February Nintendo Direct, but regardless of what we see them do here, this is at least some reassuring information if you're still on the fence on whether or not you're going to purchase it, or maybe you did purchase it and you're regretting your decision a little bit because of some of the performance of the games. Let me know what this story does for you and which titles you do think that we will end up seeing, and I may make some follow-up information on the video here, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because as Mondo Mega mentioned, with the alphabet layout of how these games are stacked, we may be able to find out additional titles that have not yet been announced. So I'm super pumped for this news. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below, all your thoughts and opinions on all things Nintendo 64 online expansion pack, the library of games that you want to see make it over. I'm really holding out hope for GoldenEye. I don't know that we'll get it, but I do look forward to getting a back and forth conversation started with you all around the new news and topics. Thanks so much for watching the video today, everyone. I do truly appreciate you all sticking around until the end. I do at this point in the video want to invite you all one more time to join Sunbro Nation if you haven't done so already. Do so by subscribing below, hit the like button on your way out if you enjoyed it today, and make sure you turn on your bell notification icon so you're kept up to date with all the newest gaming news. That's going to do it for me, guys. I hope you all have a great day. Sunbro Nation, out.